Hi guys, it's Minx here. Welcome back to some more Max's Big Bust. And Slender Woman has just arrived, as you guys pointed out in the comment section. Excuse me, can I help you too? The two of us are with the Axon City Police Force and we're investigating the scene of a crime from yesterday's shootout. And who might you be? My name is Evelyn LaCastro and I'm CEO of LaCastro Transportation. I'm here to investigate the damage done to our bus fleet after yesterday's incident. Let's say I'm not happy with how the police force handle themselves here. The cost of damage is already in the thousands, and that's just getting started. What we did see is a shit ton of drugs and arrest a bunch of dirtbags. I'm glad you stopped them from using my buses for their criminal activities, but did you have to shoot somebody in my property? Double-decker buses aren't cheap. Sorry miss, but the court trial's scheduled for next week, and I'm sure you'll be able to claim all this back under your insurance as you're a victim of criminal activity. So I'll have to deal with my insurance company, huh? I'm being punished more than criminals. Miss Evelyn, do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Sure, but don't take it too long. Thanks to you two, I've got a lot of work to get through. You weren't aware of anything suspicious happening prior to this? Was this the first time you saw anyone tampering with the storage compartments of your vehicles? We're working with police to inspect all our vehicles for any wrongdoing. Rest assured we're doing everything by the book. We do not want to be known as a company that was a front for drug smuggling. This alone is a complete and utter PR nightmare. And you haven't heard any reports of bus drivers or passengers suddenly changing gender? Gender changing? Sorry, forget I said anything. Thanks for your time, Evelyn. No problem, officers. Reckon there's anything else here worth looking at? Doubt it. Holly and Amber did a pretty good job of cleaning up. There's not really much point being here. I was hoping for a clue to my transformation or something. It's not all bad. Having a female partner is actually a lot more fun than I expected. I'm already getting used to this. Yeah, easy for you to say. Think about my feelings for a minute, alright? Jeez. The scorch marks at my transformation site had me concerned. I'd been certain I'd imagined all those arcing bolts of electricity striking me and the ground near me, but it had been real. I heard of gender transformation, but never via a method as flashy as that. Especially when you consider all the weird stuff that was occurring to me, like my hair growing back overnight. Nothing about this was making any sense. There wasn't really anything left to examine at the crime scene, so Brad and I drove back to the station. Oh wow, that took longer than I expected. It's 5 o'clock now. I take it you're heading home now? I've had one hell of a day. I can't wait to get home and take off this stupid skirt. It's been frustrating me all day. Stupid police force dress code. If you're in the mood for hanging out, there's a Floor is Lava cage match at the wrestling channel tonight. I'm going to watch it on the new big screen TV and you're free to join me. Floor is Lava cage match? Yeah, it's a tag team wrestling match where they set the ring on fire and the teammates throw bits of furniture in the ring for the wrestlers to stand on while they fight each other. There's no way in hell that can be real. It's way too dangerous. It's the best thing ever. You have to see it to believe it. So want to come over? It's entirely up to you. I'll just watch it by myself if you're busy. Well, I do want to watch this and I don't get cable at my house. Let's watch the Floor is Lava match. As much as I'd like to take this skirt off, the wrestling match sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. There's no way I'm missing that. Hey, there's nothing stopping you from taking your skirt off at my place. I won't mind. You're an attractive woman. It was just a joke. Sorry. I've been to Brad's place pretty often. It was worth going just to watch the stuff on his enormous TV. I don't know how he manages to afford something like that on our wage, but I was incredibly jealous. This wrestling match is going to be awesome. That's a baseball game. Wow, the ring actually looks on fire. I thought it would be CGI. That's a fucking baseball game! I told you this would be awesome. Now pass the chips. Now get your own chips. Om nom nom. I knew I should have bought a second bag. Ah, that dude just caught on fire. How the hell is this legal? It's not safe at all. We can watch something else if it's distressing you. Do not touch the remote. I must watch this in its entirety. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Quick, throw in the sofa. The chair isn't going to last much longer. You look damn cute when you're worked up like this. I'm not cute. You kind of are. Shut up and go find some more chips. I'll go check my cupboards. I still couldn't believe the style of wrestling was legal. It was so damn violent. Sorry babe, we're all out of chips. I found some pretzels though. Is that alright? Oh, I love pretzels. Fling them over. But don't call me babe again. Heh, don't eat too much or you'll end up fat. You're like half your normal size now. You won't get away with eating as much as you used to. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. My head's super itchy all of a sudden. What the hell? Your hair just grew back. Ah! I was expecting this, but I didn't think it would happen when it was awake. I thought it was an overnight thing. I thought you were making up this whole thing about your hair magically growing back overnight. Do you believe me now? Yeah, but that still doesn't explain how the hell something like that just happened. It makes no sense, and we live in a world where you can buy gender swap serums on the street. You got any scissors? Why are you bothering to cut it off? It'll just grow back again. Because it's too long and it keeps getting in the way. It's driving me insane. I can't get this one strand from brushing my face. It's really annoying, and blowing it off does nothing. It doesn't do anything to help. For the record, you do look cute with long hair. It suits you. Well, it suits the female version of you. I'm not sure your male self would look so great with hair that big. I'll just cut this tomorrow morning. If my hair's going to grow back overnight anyway, there's no point wasting half an hour and doing it twice. Try not to worry about it too much. I'm sure we'll figure something out in the next couple of days and get you back to normal. Just focus on the wrestling and stop stressing so much. Yeah, you're probably right. I tried my best to push aside all my worries about being stuck in a female body and spent the rest of the evening watching stupid wrestling matches with Brad. I honestly wish I'd cut my hair before having a shower that night because it took absolutely forever to dry. I ended up going to bed much later than I planned. If this kept up, I definitely have to invest in a hairdryer. I might just check my phone real quick. Oh, we can play. I don't feel like calling anyone right now. Okay, I guess we'll play Heartbeats. Okay, so this is how we... so that's how you, like, build up. I guess you can end up, like, banging them. I'm gonna bang him, he's boring. One of those. Oh, my egg hatched. I should name my pet something. I just typed something in using my phone's keyboard. Okay. There. Great. Let's give him food. See it in the food. Great. The little cubies. Play with them. Great. Wash them. Exit. News. The Sport and Rec Centre is to be shut down today after a family of possums fell through the roof and landed on a group of rollerbladers. Over 400 possums were found living in the rafters. The owners of the centre were arrested due to failing to meet building codes. Okay. I guess that's that. I've got bits of hair on my mouth. That's so fucking gross. It looks like I shed all over the bed too. Oh. Seriously, that's the last damn time I try and sleep with long hair. I don't care if it magically grows back again. The next morning I want to sleep comfortably and not have my bed turn into a shaggy hair-ridden mess. I just add my bed sheets to the laundry pile, I guess. Now where do I put those bloody scissors? Just gotta cut off this back bit. That's my ear. Let's try that again. Almost there. Done. I did a pretty good job again today. My career as a police officer doesn't pan out. I should consider becoming a hairdresser. I've got a real knack for this. But then I'd have to cut off other people's hair, and a lot of them wouldn't be clean. Yeah, no, that would be super gross. I'm sick into police work. I thought I'd already filled the garbage bin the other day with hair, but somehow there was plenty of room left and I managed to jam all the clippings in there. I probably have 5 to 6 bin bags full of hair by the time garbage day rolled around, but I'll worry about that later. Who knows, maybe I'll find a way to change back to normal today. The sooner I can put these days of wearing a skirt behind me, the better. Morning, Brad. Hey, buddy. Victoria told me to send you downstairs when you came in. Apparently she made a bit of progress on her investigation. Oh, I wonder what that's about. I doubt if Victoria figured out how to change me back this quickly, but for all I know, she might have made a major breakthrough last night. Any progress on this case is better than nothing, so I went downstairs right away. You wanted to see me, Victoria? Hey, girl, Max. Come look at this. What is it? I finally found something related to that weird script on the underside of the gem that transformed you. You mean it's not gibberish? I got this book from the library and it deals with ancient languages of dead civilizations. This one in particular doesn't have much information on it, but only a few pages at the back here. A few ancient artifacts were found at a dig site on Pacific Islands. One of them was a carving of a giant phoenix-like bird, except instead of fire, it was bathed in lightning. They had electricity in ancient times? There were thunderstorms, Max. Oh, duh. The first half of the symbols in the carving are exactly the same as the ones on the gem we found. Assuming the last set of symbols mean bird, then it's pretty safe to assume the word lightning is engraved on that gem in an ancient language. Or something to that effect. I'm pretty much guessing here. There's not a whole lot to go off. Actually, that's pretty interesting. There were swirling bolts of electricity in the gemstone when I first touched it, but they're completely gone now. The script being related to electricity would make sense, especially considering all these scorch marks around my transformation site. So what, you think the gem I found is actually a magic lightning-themed artifact from an ancient long-dead civilization? No, not at all. What I think is happening is some person somewhere created this gem based off similar information to what I have now. I don't know what they're doing in such a thing, but I think I can use this knowledge to gain some insight into their actions. So we're dealing with a history now, huh? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to use this textbook as a starting point and see if I can find any more information relating back to this strange language. I've still got barely any information to go off right now, but it is a start. I'm honestly surprised the text isn't just gibberish. Someone put a lot of time into making this thing. It's clear they've gone to a lot of effort, but why? And why were they smuggling it through the city with a shipment of minks? All available officers come to my office right now. It's all available officers come to my office right now. It's urgent. Oh, I like the sound of that. Bring on the action. I'll catch you later, Victoria. Let me know if you make any more progress. Roger that, Girl Max. I raced down the hall to Captain Nekarai's office. It was rare for him to call us up like this, so something big must have happened overnight. After all that stupid faffing about yesterday, I was looking forward to getting back in the field. Okay, everyone, listen up. There's been a series of break-ins at the mall last night. Everything from jewelry stores to legal offices were targeted, and petty cash and stolen valuables was stolen. I'm doing the wrong voice. What the fuck? Additionally, one of the criminals who were invested 2 days ago paid bail, but hasn't shown up for their court date. Considering the famine, it's likely these cases were related. So why are they calling us? Aren't break-ins a job for the regular police department, not the Special Investigations Unit? We obtained footage from a nearby petrol station showing a brown sedan speeding away from the mall last night, and it's the same car that fled police a week ago during a routine traffic stop. The driver's hiding something, and we highly suspect it may be Minx related. If we can catch this person, then we'll be one step closer to stopping the flow of illicit drugs into the city. And I'll be one step closer to getting my old body back. Wait, don't malls have security cameras? Can't we just review the footage from last night to figure out the identity of the drug dealer? Sadly, we're out of luck there. Someone cut the pad on the mall last night, so no security footage was recorded. We're lucky the petrol station was able to record the suspect's car leaving the scene, but that's the only thing we have to go off. I take the driver was using fake license plates, so we can't track their address. Yep, the license plates they used bring up red station wagon in our database, but the vehicle using the crime was clearly a brown sedan. Shutting down the pad on the mall isn't exactly straightforward. The fuse box is located in an off-area limits of the mall that only staff have access to. Its location isn't exactly common knowledge. Because of that, we're pretty sure this was an inside job. I want you to head to the mall, interview all the employees, figure out what the culprit was, and bring him in. Nice and simple. Then we can interrogate them and force them to reveal why I was turned into a girl. I have the disco ball ready. Holly and Amber, I need the two of you to track down Jay Waldorf. He's a low-level Jay Waldorf. He's a low-level drug dealer who didn't show up to court hearing today. We got a feeling he might be meeting up with his old associates. I know, Jay. We'll track him down. Don't let him run away. I don't want to repeat what happened last time. This time I've got a taser. He won't get far. Alright, everyone, you got your assignments. Now move out. Got it. Police adventures on the case. Police adventures? They say we're fucking police detectives on the case. I had no intention of staying as a girl any longer, so I was happy to take the lead as I could get. I catch this drug dealer, forced them to tell me what they knew, and then change myself back to normal. There was no way in hell I was going to spend another day on the job running around in a sports bra. I hated how I felt all girly around everyone, and the sooner I got back to normal, the better. Oh wow, someone really did a number on this place. Watch where you step, there's broken glass everywhere. I wish I wasn't wearing platform shoes right now. Why were you wearing platform shoes anyway? You know they're not part of the women's uniform code, right? What? That's not what Holly said. She said every female officer in the field had to wear heels. And you believed her? Maybe. You can be really naive sometimes, buddy. The mall was an absolute mess, and it immediately made me suspicious. Robbing a store was one thing, and it looked like a few things had been stolen, but this wasn't a simple theft. Windows had been smashed and stock had been thrown all over the place. Whoever had done this wasn't trying to pocket some cash. They were doing this for a reason. Yes, it was definitely an inside job. Something about this just doesn't feel right to me. You got that right. So who are our suspects? The previous officers narrowed it down to 4 employees who were working here last night. They obtained their name and occupation, but as soon as the minx link was discovered, they called us in. Reckon someone is dealing minx at the mall and they're trying to cover their tracks with this stunt? Wouldn't surprise me at all. This minx dealer might be the same jerk who put that booby trap gem in the shipment we seized at the bus depot. If it is them, then we're truly going to regret the day they mess with me. I'm taking point on this one, Brad. It's personal. You sure? It's been a while since you've done one of those things on your own. It's been a bit of a tough week for you. Like I said, this is personal. I got this. Just make sure you remember the basics. We need to interview every person here to find out what they were doing during the time of the break-in and look for holes in their story. In In order to convict our suspected drug dealer, we need to have evidence that proves they were at the scene of the crime. And to do that, we'll have to... Stealing things is one thing, but people don't go vandalizing storefronts unless they've got an agenda of some sort. Someone here is hiding something. I'll find out what it is. There'll be no more heals for me today after that, that's for sure. Just make sure you're through. Question every person about everything and leave no stone unturned. Stop worrying so much, Brad. I know what I'm doing, you fucking idiot. I'm always here to help if you need me. Let's start with this lingerie store up here. Of course. Of course. It's time for me to get to the bottom of all of this. Sure is pink in here. They're some of the frilliest bras I've ever seen. And I thought my sports bra was bad. Bloody hell. You never catch me wearing anything like this stuff sold here. That's for sure. I should have said that. I've jinxed myself now. Bloody hell, I'll be wearing revealing lingerie by the end of the week now. What the fuck? Oh, hey there, my name is Officer Max Newling and I'm with the police. Are you an employee here? I said, are you working here? Are you an employee of this store? Yes. Alright, and what would your name be? Having trouble remembering your name? Sorry, I'm a little nervous, that's all. There's nothing to be nervous of. I'm just here to ask you a few questions about what happened last night, that's all. You're not in any trouble. Oh, good. So what's your name? Sarah Weingartner? What? Got any identification on you, Sarah? Not yet. What do you mean, not yet? I don't think. Is there a reason why you might want to hide your identity from the police? We'll find out sooner or later, and it's much easier for you if you're honest. No, it's not that. The other day my roommate pranked me with transformation gas and turned me into a... It's just a prank! It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Yeah. So, just a prank where you change someone's gender, and everyone in this world is just so casual about it. It's like, you know, just what happens. Just what happens. I don't have enough money to buy a reversal serum. Oh, so you had your gender flipped against your will? Yeah. I had the same thing happen to me the other day. Really? It was a bit of a different scenario to yours, but I can understand why you feel flustered right now. I'll take that into consideration. Thanks. Of course, it turns out you're lying to me. I'm going to be very angry. You wouldn't lie to me, would you? No, of course not. Good. For a guy who's been recently transformed into a girl, you've got really specific fashion sense. Where did you get your clothes like that? The girl at the clothing store picked them out for me. She was really nice. And why did you get a job here of all places? My sister knows the manager. She said I could work here for a few days until I save up enough money to turn back to normal. You don't mind if I ask you a few questions, do you, Sarah? No, that's fine. Perfect. Okay, so... Hold up, what's this? Is this a piece of yellow fabric? It looks like it's from a shirt. Or maybe some pants? It looks like it's from any item of clothing in the world. It looks like it's from a shirt, or maybe some pants, or maybe some socks, or maybe some underwear, or maybe a thong, or maybe a hairband, or what the fuck? Interesting. It's hardly the sort of thing you'd find as part of a swimsuit or a lingerie set. I've got a feeling the shoplifter might have been wearing this when they robbed the place and they made a mistake. Judging by their attempts at getting into the register, they were clearly a rookie at breaking and entering. I'll make a note of this. Mind if I ask you a few questions? That's no problem. Huh. Did you notice anything strange when you left work last night? I don't think so. And at what time did you leave? I don't remember what time it was. You don't know what the precise time was? This woman's a fucking idiot! No. It was really dark though and it freaked me out a little. The game store lights weren't even on. Did you see anyone other than mall employees when you left? Actually, I did see Natara. She was just ahead of me, but I didn't catch up with her before the exit closed. It was really annoying too, as I couldn't remember the security code I needed to open the door. I was stuck there for 15 minutes. I had to call my manager and everything, but she was really hard to reach. It was so embarrassing. It was my first day closing up by myself and I messed up. Mind if I have a look at your phone? Sure. I'll get Brad to look this over for me. Can you walk me through what happened when you came into work this morning? Well, I walked into the store and there was a broken glass and stuff was knocked over. So I called my manager and she said to call the police. I take it you were the one who called us to the scene this morning. No, I was going to, but Natara came around. She works at the mall as well. She looked around a bit and she told me she'd already called the police. Did anyone else come to your store before police arrived? No. Thanks for the info. Oh, I guess other staff is not an option. Alright, back. I guess we're moving location. There's way too much frilly stuff in this place for me. I'm getting out of here. I guess ZARA's Games is next. I don't remember them all having a specialty video game store. I haven't seen a place like this in years. I thought the digital age ran out the stores out of business, but I guess something new is throwing their hat in the ring. Good luck to them. I wonder if they're coming up with some sort of marketing scheme to try and stay afloat in today's market. Yes, they are. Yes. Yes. Hi there. Welcome to ZARA's Games. It looks like this place is going the sex appeal route. You can't deny it works, though. Just look at the coffee shrine. Can I help you? I'm Officer Max Newling, and I'm investigating the break-ins that occurred here last night. I need to ask you a few questions. Oh, good. The police were here in the morning and were kind of hopeless. I think they're more focused on ogling my boobs than recovering my stolen stock. I've got a report here that says your name is ZARA Ferroli, age 33. Is that correct? Yeah, that's me. And you own this electronics store? Yeah, that's why it's got my name on the sign. I'm co-owner with my fiancé. And how much do Game Core portables cost at this store of yours? They're $400, and they also come with 2 free games. Do you offer any sort of discounts? No, we don't do discounts. Damn it, that's just out of my price range. Are you sure you don't give discounts? No discounts. Aww. How much stock was stolen from your store, ZARA? A couple consoles are missing, but thieves weren't able to get into the cabinet where I keep all the game discs. I probably lost a few $1,000s in stock. Do you have insurance? Yeah, but it's going to be a nightmare to go through all of that paperwork. All my displays have been kicked or crushed, figurines have been snapped in half, cases have been slashed. It's going to take ages to replace everything. I knew there's more crime in the city, but I wasn't expecting things to be this bad. It doesn't happen often, and we're trying to find out who's responsible for this. I know this is very traumatic, but try and keep it together. Yeah, I know. Stupid jerks, I'm trying to sell video games. Don't worry, we'll get this sorted. What time did you close up shop last night? Normally I've been staying back late. I often get big displays sent to me by video game companies and they take way too long to set up to do them during work hours. I'm often the last one to leave. However, my partner Lexi and I had an appointment we had to go to, so I closed up shop early. I even set a reminder on my phone so I wouldn't forget. So what time did you leave? Let me just check my phone. Here we go, I set the alarm for 9:50 PM. That's pretty early for me, considering I normally leave at 11 or so. Can I see your phone for a second? Sure. Yep, there's an alarm set. When you left, was there anyone else working in the mall? I didn't really look around too much, but I did see Natara in the car park. I was there first, so she must have left after me. Got it. When you arrived at the mall today, what was the first thing you did? I freaked out and cried a lot. I've been putting my life into the store, and to see it like this was heartbreaking. Hours of work. Absolutely wasted. I'm sorry you had to go through this. It's not fair to anyone. Natara came over and calmed me down a bit, and the police arrived a few minutes later after that. I felt better once I'd spoken to someone, but I'm still pretty upset about the whole thing. Natara seems to be centerpiece there. Some of this stuff isn't replaceable. It just won't be the same. We'll catch whoever was responsible, don't worry. Ever spoken to a girl named Sarah? Oh, isn't she that new employee at the lingerie store? Wasn't she turned into a girl a few days ago? Yeah, she wasn't the only one experiencing a random gender swap. Being turned into a girl is startling at first, but you get used to it pretty quickly. It'll be a challenging couple of days for her, though, that's for sure. I can still remember the first time I tried putting on a bra. Oh my god, has everyone in this game been transformed? How did you find that the most difficult part? It's just a couple of hooks. Yeah, but it's so confusing. It's one of those reasons why I stopped bothering to wear one, if I'm being perfectly honest. Thankfully, cosplay outfits offer plenty of support, so I'm covered in the jiggle department. I'm not sure you are. Let's change the subject. Have you actually spoken to Sarah or shopped at her store? No, I only heard about her through Natara. And that's all I need to know. Right. Back. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, we're going to leave before we impulse buy some stuff and we're not getting a discount. Fuck off! Okay. Let's try the boutique, I guess. The other store has clear signs of damage done to them, but this place looks pretty much untouched. A few mannequins have been knocked over, but there's no broken windows. How very interesting. Excuse me, are you working here? Okay, so this is... I don't know who this is. I guess we'll find out. What the fuck is up with this? Like, it's a fucking tongue! It's a fucking tongue! Oh, the police are back. Indeed we are. My name is Officer Max Newling, and I'm with the Special Investigations Department. I need to ask you a few questions. Special Investigations Department. I already spoke to an officer this morning, so I don't think there's anything new I can tell you about the break-ins. Sorry. Even so, I'd like to speak with you for a moment. That's not a problem, is it? No, not at all. Take as long as you like. Excellent. I've got to say that you look absolutely amazing in that cute little skirt of yours. I didn't realise police officers in this city were so up to date with fashion. What the fuck? Trust me, I'm not wearing it by choice. Women's fashion isn't one of my strong suits. Well, you could have fooled me. You look absolutely gorgeous. Green is definitely your colour, Max. If you're looking for something to complement your wardrobe, I've got a magnificent blouse and skirt combo in stock that you'll look absolutely amazing in. Trust me on this one, you'll absolutely love it. I'm here on an official police investigation. I'm not to listen to fashion advice, and I'm definitely not here to shop. Well, that's a shame. Let's get back on track. I take it you're Natara Couturier, and you're the owner of Le Boutique. I lease the franchise, but I'm in charge of day-to-day store operations. I'm essentially the store manager. If I own this place, the first thing I do is change the name to something that actually makes sense in French. These corporate types really need to learn their pronouns. Were you working here yesterday afternoon? Correct. I opened the store at 8 in the morning and closed up at 7 at night, so I was here all day. That's an awful long work day for a store clerk. I don't mind, it's pretty much my dream job after all. Time flies by when your heavy duties consist of taking lost and confused girls and creating a brand new ensemble for them. It really makes you feel like you make a difference to their lives. Uh-huh. Are you sure you don't want me to show you that blouse? I'm sure. So what do you need from me exactly? Don't worry, I won't take up too much of your time. Was anything stolen from your store during the break-ins? Not really, that much actually. They didn't touch the float-in register and no clothing was taken. A glass display case in the back of the store was smashed and some accessories were taken, but that was it. Would that be a green case against the far wall? That's the one. Someone watches and jewelry were taken from it. Looks like someone kicked it to break the glass. They were clearly in a hurry. This is pretty sloppy. How very interesting. Did you notice anything strange when you left work last night? Not that I can remember. What time did you leave? I wouldn't be able to give you the exact time, but it was before 10. That's not true, because she said 10:50, so she's lying. Jude McDouchebaggerson was still polishing glasses or something at his little fruit stand when I left. I avoided making eye contact. No one likes that guy, do they? Nope. Did you see anyone else working or just Jude? I didn't really look around, so there couldn't have been more staff members around, but Jude was the only person I saw, so she's lying. Thanks for the information, Natara. Okay, so do we have to go through this again? Surely the other officers wrote a report on this. I'd like to hear it for myself. Let's go through all this again then. When I came into work this morning, the first thing I noticed was the broken glass at the back of the store. I immediately called 000 after I realised I'd been robbed. I asked to speak to the police, and the 000 operator asked me to a series of questions. Eventually, she asked me to check the other stores in the mall to see if anyone else had been robbed, and after that, the police arrived and interviewed everyone for like an hour. So you're the one who placed the call to the police? Correct. Thanks for the information. So that's true. Do you ever spend time with Zara, the owner of the game store? Yeah, we talk from time to time. We moved from Siren's Point around the same time, and we see each other pretty often. We're not super close or anything, but we get along really well. So you haven't had any incidents with her in the past? Well, we did have an argument a few weeks ago. Zara was wearing an outfit that was basically just a few scraps of fabric strung together with elastic, and I said it was utterly ridiculous. And I wear a lot of outrageous outfits. I've got a pretty high tolerance for this sort of thing. She kept going about how her outfit was related to some zombie-themed video game or whatever, but I said that was a poor excuse, and she got pretty angry. Seriously, girl, show some class. You're a game store employee, not a stripper. To be fair, you're wearing quite a revealing outfit yourself. This is completely different. It's an intentional fashion statement. You sure? It almost looks like your outfit is ripped. Oh yeah, it was ripped. The yellow fabric from before. It's a grunge look. It's really popular in Asia. Uh-huh. Sure it is. So was that the only argument you had with Zara recently? Or do you fight often? That's the only time we've had a disagreement, and things didn't get heated or anything. The two of us are fine, especially now she's taken my fashion advice and is wearing much better outfits. That magical girl get-up is amazing. I had to place a ton of phone calls in order to get it imported for her, but it was definitely worth the effort. I love it. You know, Max, you probably look great in a magical outfit too. No, I wouldn't. Let's change the subject. What's your relationship with the girl who works at the lingerie store? Oh, you mean Sarah? She transformed into a girl recently, and I helped her come up with a new wardrobe. I'm proud of what I came up with. She looks amazing. Do you know her outside of work? No, she's just a customer. The first time I spoke to her was 3 days ago, and I've only seen her in passing. She's absolutely rocking that beret. It is a cool hat. You should let me pick out a new look for you too, Max. I know what I'm doing. Just look at Sarah. Nope, not happening. Okay, so that's that for now. So she's obviously lying, and she's obviously guilty as fuck, but still. And there's just that left. Why is that guy in a night costume? Must be some sort of gimmick to try and compete with Coffee Shrine. It's not a bad idea, but Fox Girls are better. Excuse me, do you work here? Hello there, fan maiden. Welcome to Fruit Fair, home of the finest fruit smoothies, this side of the western coast. Perchance could I interest you in our deluxe mango smoothie, made with the freshest ingredients, fresh from the orchard. I'm with the police. I need to ask you a few questions about what happened last night. Alas, fair madame, I've already spoken to some officers of the law earlier on this fine morn. There isn't anything new I can share with you, madame. Even so, there's a few more things I'd like to ask you about. Also, can you drop the medieval accent? I'm not here to buy a smoothie. I just want to ask you a few questions. I'm sorry, my dear, but this is how I always talk. I've become so accustomed to this tongue that I simply can't switch off. But it's a curse I must bear, then so be it. I see. Fantastic. So, my lady, how may I be assistance to you on this fair morning? According to this report, your name is Jude Winterson, correct? And you're 29 years old. That would be correct. And you own this fruit stand here? Fruit Fair is more than just a fruit stand. It's a gourmet sensation that feeds your soul with... Okay, I got it. We're working here last night prior to the break-ins, correct? You're correct once more, my dear. I'm seriously going to punch this guy in the face in a minute. It looks like the few tables and chairs have been knocked over and the register's been clearly smashed. It looks like a typical burglary to me. Jude, what exactly was taken from your store? Have you taken an inventory yet? Indeed I have, madame. Hundreds of dollars were taken from my fine establishment and then pilfered my top-of-the-line coffee machine. Thankfully I have a spare, but it still costs quite a bit of coin. My parents won't be overjoyed to hear about this. That's for sure. Uh-huh. There's some broken glass on the ground here, but as far as I can tell, there aren't any glass objects around here. There isn't even a display case, so where did it come from? The rogue that robbed this place must have broken some glasses while he looted my store. Don't you serve smoothies in paper cups, though? There's a lot of broken glass around. I must have got some stuck on my shoes when I walked in this morning. This glass is a light green colour. Interesting. Something tells me this might be important. Okay, let's question him. Run me through. Let's look at the alibi. Well, I baked myself the most divine smoked salmon. I meant when you left work. Oh. Like any knight who takes his duty seriously, I promptly left my workstation at 10 PM on the dot, just like I always do. Did you see anyone else around when you left? No, I was the last one to leave. The other vendors here are all a bit lazier than they should have been. They often leave earlier. It's shameful, honestly. Did you lock the door when you left? The door locks automatically when it closes, so yes. And you didn't see anything suspicious when you left? Not at all. If I'd observed anything out of the ordinary, I would have informed the officers who came earlier of my sightings. Got it. Is it still... I don't know, this guy's pretty shady as well. Shitty shady? Pretty shady too. So when did you come to work this morning? What's the first thing you did? Why, I assessed the damage to my place of work, of course. I had to find out what these vagabonds pilfered. Did you call the police? No, the coppers showed up a few minutes after I arrived at work. One of the other vendors must have summoned them to the scene. So you didn't speak to anyone else? You were at the stall the whole time? You are correct, my dear. Thanks for the information. Have you already interactions with Natara Courtiera? Ah yes, Miss Courtiera. What a magnificent lady she is. I simply adore her. Some of the other operators here at the mall insist on showing off their skin as if there's some cheap peep show trying to entice horny teenage boys into their store. It's disgusting. Thankfully, Miss Courtiera is some class. You won't see her prancing about flaunting her body like a floozy. That's for sure. But she's wearing a short skirt and a revealing cat-themed shirt thing. Isn't she wearing one of her magnificent pink dresses like she usually does? I don't know what exactly it is she's wearing, but it's definitely not a pink dress. Huh. So that's weird. Have you even spoken to Sarah, the girl who works in the lingerie store? Alas, there are a multitude of gorgeous damsels in this fine establishment of commerce, and unfortunately the name you mentioned doesn't sound at all familiar to me. I apologise. She may have shoved at your store at one point. I've got a photo here. She might help jog your memory. This girl truly is a marvel to behold. I am sure I'd remember seeing such a beauty. Perhaps she purchased a smoothie from me one time in the past. It's hard to recall as my little stall gets so busy during the hours of trade. I apologise that I can't be of further help to you on this matter. You get a lot of customers, I understand. Let's move on. Have you spoken to Zara, the blonde girl who works at the game store? Ah, her. I take it you've had problems with Zara in the past? You could say that. Unlike most of the vendors in this place of commerce, we call them all Zara, insist on showing these tracts of land of hers for the whole world to see, all to bring in more customers to her store. She's even worse than that disgusting coffee store near the highway. The whole town's going downhill. So you don't like the way she dresses? I don't approve of her little outfits, no. Ever spoken to her about it? Please, you wouldn't find me associating myself with such a riffraff. I've never spoken to the woman. I only know of her name because of a hideous sign above her place of establishment. Maybe you should focus on running your own store and let everyone else conduct business the way they want to. She doesn't impact on you or your business. The foolish decisions that wench impacts us all. It's disgusting. I think you need to worry about yourself more, mate. Alright. Let's see how my investigation's going. Got a second, Max? Yeah, what's up? Before you look at your own evidence, I just wanted to let you know that I've done some research of my own and uncovered some important information. Oh? I had a look at the security footage from last night, and even though power to the cameras was shut off, some of the security systems were up and running. Most notably, the store motion sensors were active. It's not super helpful without video footage, but we know that order the thief visited each of the stores. They robbed Fruit Fair first, then Zara's Games, then the lingerie shop, and then finally La Boutique before they made their escape. So they broke into the food court first and then the clothing store last? Correct. I'm not sure how useful that information is, but it might be worth knowing. Food court first, clothing store last. Got it. Alright, let's have a look at my notes. Can I accuse a suspect? Oh, we haven't got all the evidence yet, so we need to, like, talk to them before we can make an accusation. Okay, so I guess we should go and talk to them individually again. Like, about each other, because there's... So let's move location. He should be maxed out, right? Let's go to... here again. Okay. Let's talk to Sarah. Let's, question her. Okay. About the other stuff. So we haven't questioned about any of these yet. What can you tell me about the knight who works at the fruit stand? The guy's a creep. I won't argue with you on that one. I bought a smoothie there once and he kept calling me lady. It was really annoying. Yeah, you're telling me he's going to scare off all his customers if he keeps treating them like that. I don't know, it was a really good smoothie. I'll probably buy another one later, even if he's working there. Just buy a smoothie from another store. There's juice bars everywhere nowadays. It's not the same. You said you knew Natara. She's really nice, but a bit eccentric. Eccentric? Could you elaborate on that for me? Well, she's kind of obsessed with fashion. This morning she came around to look at my store because she was curious about what had stolen, and when she was looking at the front window she got a shirt caught in some broken glass. Oh, did she now? Yeah. Except the thing is she kept trying to pretend it didn't happen. She said her shirt always looked like that, and now it's ripped, the middle section was part of the design. I think she was too embarrassed to admit she'd ruined her outfit. Wait, so that's why she can see her stomach. I knew that shirt looked strange. It's not like it matters, she still looks really cool. To think you'd hinder a police investigation for such a stupid reason. I wouldn't put it past her, though. Thanks for the information, Sarah. You're welcome. Do you have a working relationship with Zara Ferroli? Who? The girl with blonde hair who works at the game store. You work at the game store? No, not me, Zara. Her store is just opposite yours. There's a big sign and everything. You couldn't miss her. She's wearing the world's most ridiculous, elaborate harem-style get-up today. Oh, Busty Bunny Girl. That's the one. We haven't spoke that much. She seems like a really hard worker, though. She's always staying back late. Oh, is she now? Interesting. Okay. So let's move location again, and ask Zara about the ones we haven't, asked her about. Okay, Zara, come on, get here. Get your fucking ass over here. Your barely covered ass. Okay, so let's, we want to question her about the other staff, and we need to do these two. I take it you'll converse with Jude, the knight who works at the fruit fair. Converse is one way of putting it. He's such a twat. He strikes me as the sort of person who would get on your nerves. All that medieval talk is tiring. He's a chore to talk to. That doesn't even bother me. It's consistent harassment that drives me nuts. Pretty much every second he'll come up to me and harass me about my outfit choice and how I lack class or whatever. Doesn't matter what game I'm promoting or what I'm wearing. He always has some moral problem about it. I try and avoid him, but he's just won't leave me alone. That dude needs to mind his own business. He's such a massive creep. Have you thought about filing a complaint with the police? If enough people report him, I can step in and arrest him for harassment. I've been considering it. Give me a call once all this is over. Arresting that guy would be a lot of fun. I miss the smoothies though. They're really good. Huh. Okay, and then finally, Natara. Have you ever spoken to Natara at the boutique while you've been working here? Yeah, all the time. Natara and I are good friends. Go on. My partner used to attend cosplay events with her back in Siren's Point, and the two of them still hang out pretty often. I actually get all the promotional outfits from her store, including the one I'm wearing right now. We get along pretty well, but Natara can be a bit nutty sometimes. Especially when it comes to fashion. How so? Take this morning, for example. While I was cleaning up after the break-in this morning, she went over to speak to Sarah at the laundry store, and on the way she caught her shirt on some broken glass. Rather than admit she'd accidentally ruined her outfit, she went around telling everyone it was an intentional fashion statement and it had always looked like that. It was ridiculous. I mean, come on, you can see those loose threads around the edges. It's clearly ripped. I can deny it looks really good. I can't deny it looks really cool now, but come on. She go that far, huh? Like I said, she's a little bit nutty sometimes. I don't let it bother me. Thanks for the info, Zara. Okay, so I think that's right. That would be correct. And then we go move location to the boutique. Come on, fuck off. Boutique is there. We're not going to wear outfits. Jesus Christ. Question staff about the other staff and him. Are you friends with Jude from Fruit Fair? No way, that dude is a complete dick. Sorry for swearing. There's no need to apologise. I'm not fond of him either. Ha. Have two of you had any problems in the past? Every time I see him, he's got some new social issues ready to rant about. He's got problems with the way girls dress, or he's got a moral problem with people getting animal ears, or he's flustered about the new mall administration. It's always something. I try to be friendly to him, but he keeps calling me milady or madame, and it drives me absolutely nuts. I honestly want to punch him. Who knows, maybe all the damage done to his store during the break-ins will convince him to pack up and leave them all. It'd certainly make my life easier, that's for sure. Some people are just the worst. I can understand where you're coming from. Okay. Can we make an accusation now? Review alibis. Oh, this is actually really difficult. In what order did they leave the mall? I actually don't fucking know. Oh, can I just click on them till I get it right? This is the order everyone said they left the mall, but something doesn't add up. What's the issue here? Fuck. I don't even know what I'm doing, guys. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to piece this together off camera, and then we'll come back and finish this next time. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Max's Big Bust, and there'll be more to come. Let's see if we can find out who the mink stealer is. See you soon, guys. Bye for now.